Hi guys, and welcome back to Ask Rhyce, where I answer your questions about real estate. Today, I'm joined by Aimee Morrisby. Aimee, thanks for coming to have a chat. Amy's part of our residential sales team. Her and her husband Jake are a husband-wife duo, and I really wanted to sit down and talk to Aimee because her and Jake really, I guess, push the boundaries on what I would refer to as sort of the new breed of real estate agent coming through. They really embrace social media, and I think you guys do some awesome stuff there. Mm-hmm. But it's also combined with a really good kind of fusion of just traditional good customer service. So I just wanted to get your take on real estate, pick Amy's brain, and just have a bit of a chat about all things real estate and how the team Morrisbys work. So yeah.
Sure, Rhyce. Thank you, and thank you again for asking me to pop on today.
That's right. You're welcome.
I really appreciate it, and I'm honoured. So first of all, a bit of background for myself. I am actually an ex-hairdresser.
Yep.
So 10 years behind me before I came into the real estate industry.
Yep.
Jake, ex-builder.
Yep.
So together we also ran on the side a construction company.
Okay.
So it's still a lot to do with residential property.
Yep.
I guess you could just say we were on the other end.
Yeah.
So we weren't just the builders. We were also the clients to real estate agents.
Yep. Yep.
So coming into the real estate industry as selling agents together wasn't a shock to the system.
Yep.
So it wasn't a whole new thing to us. We felt that over the years working very, very closely with other real estate agents, we gained a lot of knowledge.
Okay.
And as you said before, you're feeling as though that Jake and I are the new breed.
Yeah.
However, I like to look at it as though we've been educated over the last 10 years by different real estate agents. And when you're on the other end, you're watching.
Yep.
And you're really calculating what goes on. So yeah, I guess you could say by the time we'd stepped into the industry together, we had a pretty good idea of how we wanted to sell property.
Yep.
And not just sell property, but sell people.
Yeah.
And that's at the end of the day how we view it. Coming from a customer service background, I understand the importance of a relationship and trust. Yep. And that's what we're selling. Yeah. So yeah, I find it very invigorating, I guess you could say. I'm now helping people that I've been working for over years. So, I've been doing their hair, or we've helped them with a residential property in a building aspect. So I feel like when I did come into this industry, I already had my people, if you know what I mean. I've never been your real estate agent that's had to build a clientele. I felt like I came into the real estate industry with one, so my relationships were already there.
Yeah, so you're just expanding on what you already.
Absolutely. Yeah. And for example, I've literally just helped sell a house for a woman who actually did her hair for her wedding day. So it's
That's awesome.
Our relationship is already there, and I thoroughly believe that's what probably separates Jake and I from most other agents.
Yeah.
Is we're very, very relationship driven.
Yeah. And I guess that would have come, as you say, like your previous businesses there, whether it's helping someone with a construction of a new home or from the salon. You really, your business is service across the board. And some really great knowledge there. I know Jake is a great resource in terms of construction and building and that sort of stuff. But I think, you guys make a really good team. So.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, knowledge is power.
Yeah.
And I like to think that out of the pair of Jake and I, he does carry majority of the knowledge. He's
Don't sell yourself short.
He's a good egg, and he is just so full of knowledge, and that's what really, he's the backbone to our team. Yeah. I guess you could say I'm more of the physical based agent. I love actually getting out there and creating the relationships. Anything that's to do with social networking, I'm more your extroverted agent. And I enjoy it that way, and that's why we have such a great balance. So we've worked out our flame and our wax.
Where your skills are, and you make the most of them.
Yes, our strengths and weaknesses. Absolutely.
So what I wanted to chat to you guys a little bit more is social media is something we talk a lot about in the real estate world. when I first started, Facebook was a thing, but they used to joke about,
Yeah.
you can't sell houses on Facebook.
Yeah.
What's the ROI? Used to be something like return on investment. Used to be something that used to get bantered around a lot.
Yeah.
I think that you and Jake do social media from a real estate agent's perspective.
Yes.
Better than most.
Okay.
I think you guys, are really doing, whether it's Instagram, Facebook. I just think that you guys have embraced that and you do it really well.
Yep.
One of the questions I was going to say is how do you sell a house on social media? Can you sell a house on social media?
It has been done. It definitely has been done.
Yep.
That's for sure. But it wasn't your typical new listing post.
Okay.
So this person found this property just literally through me talking about a property on my socials.
Yeah.
So I had just, your standard, I'm on my way to this property to do an awesome photo shoot. And then people start engaging.
Yeah.
I mean, Facebook and Instagram is the easiest way to engage with an audience at one time. So you've got all your demographics watching you at one time. Mm-hmm. So really, you'd be crazy not to use your socials because it's honestly the easiest way to engage with all kinds of different people at once. Yeah. So I didn't necessarily sell the house on social media. Yeah. I had already just gained that trust by the people watching. Yeah. By the time the house was launched, they knew all about it. Yeah. Because I was utilizing my socials in a I guess a good way. Yeah. I don't really know how to word it, but
it's probably more like, say, I think, like, my take on it, as I said, I've been around for quite a while in the real estate industry, and social media has evolved in that time. But I think that all it really boils down to is that people are on social media, and all you've done there, I think, is just capitalised on your skills and abilities to form relationships, help people. The fact that it's on Instagram or Facebook doesn't really matter. It'd be the same as if you were chatting to someone in person, I think. Just building relationships. So that's interesting.
Yeah, and that's how a lot of relationships are built now.
Yeah,
these
exactly.
days.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bit of a funny one to use, but people are literally meeting each other and getting married on social platforms these days. We could go into that's a whole nother story there, but
we won't touch
that. But it's true. The comment I probably get the most is if I'm walking into somebody's house for the first time. 9 times out of 10, the woman, the mother, the wife, says to me, I feel like I already know you. And if she's at home by herself, because hubby's working away and the kids are at school and Jake's got to go, same thing. She feels comfortable. She's got
there's a connection.
She's got this guy coming into her house to do an appraisal who she doesn't know about, know from a bar of soap. But because Jake and I we've been so open and honest on our social platforms for so long that by the time we are at the property, we've got the listing. Because that trust is already there.
You're building trust early on before you've even sat down with someone. Because they get a chance to see what the two of you are like. Like I think for myself, like that's why I've always liked videos and using social media. I think it just gives people a good introduction to, oh no, you're a real person. You're not the stereotypical salesperson. You actually care about the people that you help.
Absolutely. I mean, you're dealing with people's their biggest asset. Over their lifetime, owning a home is generally your biggest asset. So the best thing for me is I always bring myself back to their shoes. Because that's where I was for a long, long time before I became a selling agent. And I have 3 Bs. This is my motto. So you've got to be unique, be different, and be yourself. I don't necessarily go into a listing presentation and try and sell them my business. And that's definitely your typical way and your old school way of going in and yes, asking for the business, but I don't do it in a direct manner. I never really have, and I probably never will. I get to know the person first. If their kids are running around the house, I'm with the kids and I'm interacting with everyone that's involved with the house, not just the adults. You've got to kind of blend in and make yourself feel like you're a part of that family because you're literally about to help them onto their next chapter.
Well, I was talking to a client who I was talking to yesterday who, like, they're looking at selling their property in the near future, and just chatting to them, and we were talking about, like, for the brief period of time that we sell a home, we become very involved with that person or those people's lives. And I think, I think that those of us that are good at what we do and take pride in what we do, you do become very involved. You become part of the family for a brief period of time, and the impact that your work can have on their future can be huge. So
absolutely. And it is hard. Sometimes you've got to know where to draw that line. Yeah. Because, you know, you're not just dealing with...
We're still human.
Yeah, and we still have our own lives. That's right. But that is also the beauty of the job. Yeah. Really. Yeah. Is, you feel like you're part of their going into their next chapter, and that's a real honour. Yeah, yeah.
So, Aim, the next thing for me is that, like, I know Jake's been a little bit longer than yourself.
Yes.
You came into it after Jake.
Yes.
But I think you've got a really good level of experience now. I wouldn't think of you as a new agent. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Whether it's someone who's buying or selling, like, I love to, when we do these videos, I'd love to just give people, I guess, really good advice.
Yes.
And hopefully something like key takeaways they can actually use.
Yes.
Whether it's someone buying or selling, like, what would be your best piece of advice for someone?
So I've got one bit of advice that I give, a broad spectrum. Yep. So this one piece of advice I give to anyone, whether they're buying, selling, investing, whatever it is, knowledge. Yep. So get ready. Yep. Make sure before you're going to open homes, or, you know, before you're organising where you're going to move to next, find out where you need to start. The Toowoomba community is filled with so many wonderful agents, and each agent is different. Not all agents just sell houses. A lot of agents will also work with buyers. So pick someone that you connect with. Team up with someone. Don't just use an agent to sell your house. It costs you nothing to ring up someone that you feel like you're going to connect with and just say, hey, I'm thinking about buying a house. Can you help me? That's the best way to start. They will get you in the right direction to all the correct people, your conveyancers, your brokers, all that kind of thing.
And help you throughout.
Absolutely. Just get ready and have someone there to hold your hand.
So build some knowledge around who you're going to team up with potentially or work with. Yeah, and it doesn't have to be a real estate agent. It could be a friend who you know has bought and sold in the past. Bought and sold, sorry. Or, you know, or you might be friends with someone who's a broker, or you might know a bank manager. That just get yourself in the door with someone that's going to be able to just get you to that first step. So you just make sure you don't want to be going to open homes and not knowing if you're going to be able to borrow the money, and you're just going to create too much stress for yourself. So back to that is just seek help. Get advice. Get good advice, and just have someone there to help you along the way. Okay. So we've spoken about, like, I think you guys especially are part of the new breed of agents coming through. And I think that there's a lot of established older agents around who definitely evolve with the times, which is great. But I think that we can all learn a lot from what you guys, your take on real estate. Do you have any predictions for the future of real estate? I know you're still new, but in the scheme of things.
Yeah, but I feel like because I've been a part of the real estate community for a long time. And the real estate agent that helped us sell our houses in the past, like, we were with that agent for a good solid 8 years. So I even seen the wavelengths in that period as well. I mean, there were some properties that were fresh built by us that would just sell really quickly, and then 6 months later they'd sit for a bit, or the next year. So I have seen the different wavelengths there. And being on the other side of the fence as well, so being a selling agent in the last, what have I gone into? I'm nearly 18 months now. I feel pretty comfortable in saying that when I came into real estate, the reason I came in was to give Jake a hand. So he had so many listings under his belt, and I had a hair salon, so we were kind of thinking, do we get Jake a PA? I've got my full real estate license. I've always wanted to do it. So
it just made sense.
The good thing is I was able to just sell my salon and jump in. And boy, did I jump into a market. So the finals, the last, I guess, half of the year of 2018, well, we all know that was like, it was hot. It was really, really hot, and I felt like I just had to dive in with a blindfold and just go for gold. Really, I'm really just glad that I started with Colliers. Because you know what it's like with the environment at Colliers. There was always someone to help me. You know, with Jake being so busy, so I found that really, really interesting. And then there was the first 6 months of this year, which was to me what felt like we had hit the bottom. There's really no other way to explain it. However, I'm feeling really optimistic about 2020. Yes, I'm feeling really excited. The amount of buyers that were collected over the last 6 months is incredible. And after the election, I've never seen anything like that in my life. Like just being at open homes and maybe seeing a handful of people to literally going to just that weekend after the election and having a handful of people through each open. That was incredible for me to watch. And houses just
starts to go.
Were literally, and this is selling like hotcakes. I hate that line, but that's how that. It just blew my mind. And I'm feeling really, really excited for 2020. I feel like it'll be our incline. And then I think 2021, I think it's going to be the spring of real estate. I'm feeling really excited for 2021.
You and I both. Like I think Toowoomba, well, neither of us are from Toowoomba. No. But we call it home now.
Yes.
I love Toowoomba. I really do. It's really grown on me and like my wife and my family. Over the years, and I think that it's got so much potential as from a real estate perspective in terms of the market. There's so many things that are going in our favour. I still think arguably we're one of the best real estate markets in the country.
Yes.
And I think that we will only get better. So I agree. I'm excited for 2020 and 2021. Yes. I think next 2 years time.
I think recovery is in full swing. Definitely, it's going to be an exciting ride from here.
So, that's real estate. But what I wanted to ask Aimee about is Aimee's actually got a really, really awesome event coming up.
Yes.
It's only a week, 2 weeks
2
away.
weeks.
2 weeks away.
Yes, 2 weeks.
So it's on the Couch with Aimee. Is the event.
Yes.
I'll link details in the below the video. For this, but can you tell us a little bit about it? Like, what is it? Where did it come from?
As you mentioned before, I'm not originally a Toowoomba girl. I grew up on the Sunshine Coast, and the reason my family moved there once I was born from here was because I was born, quite unwell, and I have a very rare disease that I carry with me. So I'm obviously in great health now. I'm very well managed and loving life, and I always had a pact that before 30, before I turned 30, I would have my own event, luncheon, whatever you want to call it, to raise money to give back to the hospitals that I pretty much grew up in.
So those that helped you.
Absolutely, yes. So I am having a long lunch on the 18th of October, which is in 2 weeks.
Not
and all funds raised will be going to the Children's Hospital Foundation and the Toowoomba Hospital Foundation as well. And I couldn't be more grateful. There's been so many beautiful local Toowoomba businesses that have jumped on board. It's going to be a great day.
I had a look earlier. You had, I think you linked up the, might have been on Instagram, your story for like your booklet and just the sheer number of sponsors and people that have got.
It gives me goosebumps every time because I just totally never expected it. But
it's huge.
No, I think that's the best thing about Toowoomba is once one business caught wind of what I was doing, my emails and my phone were just non-stop. Everyone just wanted to give give and help, and it makes me feel so good inside because that is me. That's what I want to do. I mean, if I could volunteer and not work for the rest of my life, I would do that. I would do that. So and I guess that says not just how I am as a person, but that's a big part of my real estate career as well as
helping people.
I just want to help people, and that's my main goal in life. So hopefully we raise as much money as possible.
I'm sure it'll be fantastic. So, and there are still limited tickets. There are some available.
I'm so close to being sold out. I'm like 85% sold out. So it's it's getting close.
Well, look, Aimee, thank you very much for having a chat with me. Absolute pleasure. Guys, if you have any questions for myself or for Aimee, please post them in the comments below. I will link up all of Aimee's details, so you'll be able to connect with Aimee directly if you'd like to. I will also put a link in there to On the Couch with Aimee, her event, which is in 2 weeks' time on the 18th. So if you have any questions or you want to participate in that, please reach out to Aimee. I think it's a fantastic thing, and I think that to me, that just summarises the Morrisbys. I'm going to include Jake in that.
Yes.
Look, real estate really is, it's a community business, and I think you guys are doing something pretty awesome to give back to your community that supported you and helped you over the years in different capacities. Mm-hmm. But I think fantastic. But look, thank you very much for taking time to talk with me. Thanks again, guys. Any questions, post them below, and we'll talk to you again soon. Thanks.